in Wonderland. Long, long ago, on a warm summer day, a girl named Alice sat by a river. She felt very bored until she saw a white rabbit run past. It was a most unusual rabbit. It wore a coat and kept looking at a pocket watch. "Oh dear, I shall be late," the rabbit said, and popped down a large rabbit hole. Curious Alice followed him right down. She fell and fell, past shelves and cupboards, for what seemed like hours. At the bottom, she found a tiny door and a golden key. On a table was a little bottle with a label that said, "Drink me." Alice drank it, and suddenly she shrank as small as a mouse. Now she could fit through the door, but she had left the key on the table. Then she saw a cake that said, "Eat me." She ate it and grew so tall her head hit the ceiling. Poor Alice cried giant tears until a pool of her own tears surrounded her. She shrank again and swam through the strange pool. In this topsy-turvy world, everything was strange. She met a grinning Cheshire cat that could disappear, leaving only its smile. She had a mad tea party with a hatter and a March hare who asked silly riddles. Most frightening of all was the Queen of Hearts. She was a short, bossy woman who shouted one thing all day long: "Off with their heads!" The queen loved to play croquet, but she used flamingos as mallets and hedgehogs as balls. It was a very unfair game, and everyone was too afraid to tell her. One day, the queen accused the Knave of Hearts of stealing her tarts. She held a silly trial, and she wanted to punish everyone. Alice, who had grown to her full size again, was called as a witness. But she saw the trial was nothing but nonsense. "You're nothing but a pack of cards," Alice finally shouted bravely. At her words, the whole court, the king, the queen, and all the soldiers rose up into the air. They swirled around her, fluttering and flapping. Then they all fell down upon her. Alice gave a little scream and woke up. She found herself back by the river, her head in her sister's lap. The sun was still warm, and the white rabbits in the grass were just ordinary rabbits. It had all been a wonderful, curious dream. But Alice kept the memory in her heart. She knew that even the most ordinary day could lead to the most extraordinary adventure. And most of all, she learned that growing up didn't mean you had to stop wondering.